What in the world is happening with Quarter Century Stampede? Now make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. We've been put into a very interesting position out here with this set, because we already know that everything from Japan's Quarter Century art collection should be getting ported over here in a one-to-one fashion. Everything should be lining up. There shouldn't be any discrepancies with this. But the problem here is, what in the world's going on with the rest of the set? You know, is 7th Ascension going to be in here? You know, how easy are these Fulawasses going to be to pull? Because, you know, looking at, you know, some of these other sets going around here right now, Fulawars might be giga short printed. So they tell us that these side sets, you know, they're going to have skewed ratios because they're side sets. And the other problem here is Fulawars is going to be one of the most expensive cards in this set to pull. While it looks like we are getting a reprint in multiple rarities, I don't think that this card's going to be $2. I think you're going to be dealing with RC01 Imminent Permanence and Ash Blossom ratios, where you're going to be seeing this card hitting $5-10. And I mean, formerly for a card that was on a pedestal at $100, $10 is not realistic. You might even be looking at, you know, I guess in comparison to formerly what we saw for Totally Awesome's reprint, it could be $20, man. When they do these sorts of things, it's rough. But the purpose of making this video today is, we have a set coming out in April. You are within so close of this set. And Konami is not doing advertising for this the way that they did during the last set, which has really disappointed me, actually. I loved checking their social media page every day at 1 o'clock to get excited for what Konami was dropping for this upcoming set. And it amazes me that we go from marketing on one set here to being super exciting, going, hey, here's Quarter Century Bonanza. Be excited about this. We're 200 cards. You guys are going to be super excited about this. And then to nothing. How do you make a 280 card set and you not use your social media? And this has always just been a personal complaint about mine. But like, why aren't we using our social media and doing like a card of the week? You know, Japan, every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning, drops a card of the day. Every Wednesday. It might be a reprint from a set. It might be, you know, a reprint or something. It could be anything. But very usually on Wednesdays, it is very consistent. There's a few times where there's not, but the TCG, they don't do things like that. And I don't understand that. I don't understand why we don't have the marketing for this. And I'm gonna continue to question that, because Stampede should have been marketed the same way as Bonanza. And you've also got to remember this, Konami. Here, let me give you some free advice from me. If you've got people checking your page every single day, that wait a minute, maybe that's why Konami's not actually giving us info on the QC or the QCs of this set, because they're afraid of the puking horses again. So for those of you that missed the puking horses chronicle, it was a chronicle of players dropping puking horses. It was an AI-generated photo on Konami's post. I think the reason why Konami might not be marketing right now in the way that they were the first time is because the community's pissed off we don't have a ban list yet. Oh boy. So here's your tie-in. If the community's upset, they'll post puking horses because they're dissatisfied. They'll go ban list, fix your meta. And then on the flip side of things, if Konami is out here, you know, the poor intern is posting these posts, and, you know, every post has got puking horses, where's our ban list? Then the Konami marketing goes down the shitter. But on the flip side of things, though, the more that you make these QCR posts and the more you're getting your engagement up, perfect. That's good. You got people excited. But then it's the same endless Ouroboros each and every time. You know, if you give us a ban list date, you know, you won't have people posting puking horses. You'd actually satisfy the community, and you could properly market. So what are we going to do about this set? What, you know, you've got all the, so far, from what we know, The branded in white special edition from Japan got broken down and tossed into this set. We don't know if the Albion Dragon thing is going to be in here. I'm assuming it's going to get pushed to battles. We're going to break this down into two. We're going to take the Ecclesia and all that. We're going to put it into this set as the QCRs and ship it. And then whatever is left over from that will get pushed into battles as a sort of special thing. Or they're going to port it in somewhere else. I don't know. But that's what we're expecting on that front. Obviously, you know, the rest of the quarter century art collection, like the Called by the Grave, the Lightning Storm, those very, very nice cards we've already seen are going to get ported into here. So, you know, like I said, the rest of this comes down to, you know, we don't know a lot about the voting process. We know that, you know, Petite Moth got chosen because of Ruxin. You know, this was one of those opportunities that Konami very much asked the community to be very transparent. They wanted people to vote. They wanted people to get excited for this. But the trade-off right now is, if you're not giving us information about this, about these votes, you know, you could have very much, and once again, I'm going to continue to give you free advice here, Konami. If you were posting, you know, once every week for the last 2 months about this and said, this week your QCR coming out in this set, 2 months in advance, getting people excited, you could have marketed this so much better. So I think my locals is charging, I think it's $100 a box, or it was $95. It's one of the two. They're very close to $100 on this. The one my locals charging $140 because, you know, absolutely crazy and insanity, but it is what it is. To each their own in the world of marketing. Saving back $100 per this set, especially when we're going to get to pre-sales out here. After coming off of Bonanza, especially preparing for pre-sales for this, I'm going to tell you guys, when we looked at that ratio data for the first set and we saw how bad ratios were for Bonanza, and you know, you're going to be comparing to this set as well. You're going to have a lot of cards that are going to have a lot of skewed ratios. I think you're going to have a lot more expensive pre-sales on this set than we did previously. And I know people don't want to hear that. People want cards to be cheap, and I understand that. With the knowledge that we do have, though, we do know that the cards in those 200 slots, though, with the Platinum Secret Rares and those QCRs, we know that those are going to be typically harder to pull and will end up being more expensive in the long haul. So your bad news on that front, everybody, is I'm expecting things in this set to be a lot more expensive. Those staple reprints, the Nibiru, the Zeus, those big alt arts, unfortunately, I don't think that Konami is going to let those be cheap. Especially, you know, if they are core sets, they're probably going to start off like the Shizuku did, or I think the Shizuku was a $30 card, and then it kind of dipped down to about $20 at this point, which I feel like that's a little bit more stable looking at the conditions on things right now, just for the long haul. But with that being said, though, it's going to be all over the place when we do get this knowledge. People will not be happy pre-sales. People will go, wow, you know, this company's trying to scam me. No, this set just, unfortunately, is going to have a lot more desirable cards. I think Stampede is 100% going to be a better set than we previously really considered, actually. And it's going to take time. We're going to have to wait and see how things go through. But once we start to get this key info, but with what we know, you already know that Blue Eyes is going to be expensive. I'm just very curious to know if we're going to get the God pack like Japan had. Japan had this very crazy pack that you could pull that had all these Dark Magicians in it. And it was an insane thing that you could pick up and actually be able to, you know, add that to your collection. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if the TCG actually has something like that or not. But knowing us, I don't think we'll adapt that level of product. You'll possibly have something, but I think it's too much for Konami to do a God pack. So what's going on with Quarter Century Stampede? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. See your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.